So for anybody maybe who's not met you, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and how come you've brought sort of June Taylor to us?
Well, we're at in called White Deco, in a little place called Bibs Powys. And we started up a craft shop, and we've just been blessed really with everything. And June Taylor was something that we started taking to the shows, and we just did really well at it. So we were asked to become ambassadors for it.
Amazing, lovely stuff. Well, we've got some fantastic products on the show today. I was just saying, and I don't know whether you agree or not, that kind of your quilting as you go is like painting by numbers, but is sewing by numbers.
It's a perfect description.
Oh, good. So do you want to talk us through what we get in this particular kit? I don't know if you can see, it's our tree skirt kit.
Yeah, you get your wadding, and there's a template to help you cut out your wedges.
Yes. So
in the demonstration, I'll show you how to do it so that you get the stripes.
Right.
You can use it's brilliant for showcasing big patterns for Christmas to go on it.
Absolutely, and of course you get full instructions. Would this be good for a beginner?
I think any June Taylor pattern they're all exactly the same. They're all the same method.
Right.
So it would be, you can start anywhere.
Oh, that's cool. So I'll tell you what, I'll just show this one more time. This beautiful tree skirt, which is a little bit difficult for me to hold up because it's in a circle. Oh, I'll tell you what, our Jimmy's going to show us again. It looks almost like a cake. There you go. Isn't that? Say that again.
You did a really good job there.
Oh, thank you very much. So there we go. That's what it looks like. It's £23.99. Item number is 161174. And then next, Sarah, we've got Christmas stockings, and we've got two different options. And again, it's lovely because it's your sewing by numbers. So really, the kits are quite similar, aren't they?
Yes, they are. You just start, like you say, you sew by numbers.
Yes.
You just start at the beginning, the number one, and you just build it up. And the instructions are so good that it's very difficult to go wrong.
Oh, you see, this is making me smile because I love that. Anything when you think, even I could do that. Now, what we're looking at here is your stripes option right now. And then the second one that we're looking at is the squares. So I can't really choose.
Oh, on that one,
this one.
Can you have a look at the pattern matching on the bottom?
Pattern matching on the bottom.
Yeah, have a look. Turn it over so that you can see both lots of stripes.
Oh, I see. I see. So it's all come together very nicely. It's all very neat.
Yeah, they're very exact. I mean, I personally would have gone with the spot on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
But our pattern maker is very precise, and she got it spot on.
Yeah, you can see that. That's amazing. I think I like the squares the best, actually. So again, you're getting your wadding and instructions, and then you use up the materials that you've got in your crafty stash. £12.99 for either option. 624813.
The stripy one, perfect for your jelly rolls.
Oh.
If you've got a jelly roll and don't know what to do, or you've got bits left over, I mean, there's no saying that you have to do it in Christmas fabric. You could just do it to fit your theme of the year.
That's a nice idea. Why not have a stocking all year? Yeah, Easter stockings, things like that. There's no right or wrong.
Yeah, I mean, some people put different coloured baubles every year on their tree.
They do, don't
Me,
they?
I throw a it. So.
Yeah. Okay, then we're moving on to our next lovely item. So this is the Jakarta table runner. Let's have a look at this finished sample. What do you think about this beautiful table runner, Sarah?
Again, that's brilliant for your strips, your 2.5-inch strips. And again, it doesn't have to be Christmas. It could be any time of the year. It'd be amazing for outside.
And this one's quite a nice large size, don't you think, Sarah?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's I can't even remember how big it is. But yeah, I mean, you've got placemats that match it. You could do it. I mean, there's no saying that you have to use it as a table runner. It could be a bed runner for a single bed.
What about a wall hanging? Could you have it as that?
Oh, yeah. Yes, yeah, you could do. It would hide a multitude of sins. That
I like the sound of that. Size-wise, it's 41 inches by 15.5 inches. It's £17.99. 505545 is the item number. Oh, by the way, do you need to add anything else to that? Obviously, you use your own materials, but is there anything else you need?
Just the backing, on, the larger size on the back.
Okay, let's open this up, see what we've got here. There you go. So that just the backing then. Marvellous.
Yeah, you can use anything on the backing then. And if you use something that's a large print, you could use it as a double-sided.
Oh, I see. That's a nice idea. Oh, yeah, and then you can flip them over, to suit your mood, can't you? Lovely.
Yeah, you've already put the pattern through it.
Yeah, excellent. And then moving on, we have also got the matching placemats. Again, the Jakarta. Shall we have a look at these lovely designs? Let me just take that off. Right, so you can make 6, I believe, with this particular set.
Yes. They're, again, they don't have to be placemats. You could, if you really like the design, put them together as a quilt.
Oh, nice idea. I like the idea of the quilt. That is really cool. So as you can see, it's going to make 6 placemats. They're all the same, is that correct?
Yeah, they're all the same. And they go with the table runner, the same pattern. Again, using your jelly roll strips.
Brilliant idea, yep. £17.99 then, and it's 975958. And then we've got one more just to show you. This is sweet. Oh, we've got little bibs. How nice to make your own bibs.
Yes, there's something nice about them. You can give them as a gift.
Yeah.
As part the baby's. I was going to say trousseau, but it's not, is it? The baby gift. And you can see at the bottom that we've put on our own embroidered bit.
Oh, I see. On the first one, was that? Oh, yes, I can see. My First Christmas.
So you can add anything to it. And it's perfect for your scraps because there's the biggest piece you need is the piece that goes on the back.
Ah, like so. Oh, look, flamingos. That's cute. And there's a sloth on that one. That's really adorable. So in this one, again, you're going to get your wadding to make all 3 of the bibs and your full instructions. £12.99 224 940. Well, Sarah, thank you so much. I know it's the crack of dawn. Thank you. We really appreciate you getting up and having a little chat to us.
No problem.
And I know you've got another show at 10 o'clock, haven't you?
Yes. Yes, yeah. We're on then.
Excellent. And they're different items. They're white gecko items, aren't they?
Yes, they are. We've got elephants and messenger bags and table runner quilts.
Wonderful.
Straight.
Wonderful. Well, we'll see you then, Sarah, and go and have some brekkie now.
Thank you.
All right. See you soon. Bye-bye. Lovely stuff. It's so nice to see Sarah live via Skype there. Right, so what we're going to do is crack on with the first video, which is we're going to do a little bit of Christmas with the tree skirt.
We're going to talk about the tree skirt. You get the template in with your wadding, okay, and we're just going to explain a little hack that you could use this for, instead of doing it just plain on there. So if you just want to jazz it up a little bit. Now, don't be afraid of this. If you've never done them before, Quilt As You Go is as easy with that as it is with the table mat. Okay, you can start anywhere. Now you can see we have increments on here. We're going to use this to cut out a stripy bit to go in the middle, just to jazz it up a little bit. So you would have done some plain and you'll do some jazzy ones, or you could do them all jazzy. I've left a couple that I need to cut for you, so we're just going to cut those now. So I'm using the June Taylor shape cut. And you're going to cut these. You've got to line up a line. There, oh, wrong line. With one of your edges. Just going to go through here. There we go. Now, if you've got lots to cut out, then you could do it quite simply like that, or you can do them with your ruler, your normal ruler. We're cutting 2.5, so this is ideal to use if you've got a jelly roll that goes with the other fabrics that you're using. There's no reason why you have to use it as a tree skirt. You could put it on a patio table, you know, to go around the go around your umbrella. So you could do them in nice pretty summer fabrics. Quite like that idea. Okay, so one more fabric. I wanted 3. 2.5, 5, 7.5. There we go. I've got enough to make the others now. Oh. Changing your blade is a good idea too, and then keeping your fingers out the way. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3. Now they're going to be mega long, so we're just going to cut off a little bit. As you get to the top, you need less and less, so it's you could do it from your strips and use them at different the different lengths at different places on the table mat. The Christmas tree skirt. Oh, you could have matching table mats. It'd be lush. Right, okay, last one. Now I'm going to sew these onto here and work out which way we want to do it. I think I'll put that one, then that one, then that one. So again, we're going to use a 1/4 inch, and you're just sewing them together like you would any seam. And we're going to cut most of it away. Okay. So that's 1. 2. It'd make lovely gifts to give to your friends as well. You know, those people that have everything. You could match the tree skirt to their lounge. You can make them matching Christmas cushions as well. Right, last one. Okay. There we are. That's the last one there. I'm just going to iron those out a little bit. At home I'd make sure they were all ironed one way. Right, we have our strip set. So you're going to lay your tree skirt template on there. Now you can see the lines, and you can just about match them up. And what we're going to do is I'm going to use a long ruler on top, because I'm a dab hand at cutting my fingers with these things, like that. That's one. And down the last side, and then it's all ready then to put onto your tree skirt. And if you've got long lines of it, you sewed a whole jelly roll strip together, you could cut this one out, then turn your template and cut another one, so they're all going different ways. See? Brilliant.
Very nice indeed, and here's the finished article already wrapped around the tree. But like I was saying earlier, you know, when you've got artificial trees, the bottom bit always just looks, you know, a little bit cheap. So it's so nice to have something that will really lift it and make it look really classy, and this certainly does. And of course you use the fabrics of your choice. I mean, I have to say I adore the fabrics in this finished sample. It's really beautiful. The traditional colours of your greens and your golds and your reds are very, very nice. But you might decide to do like, you know, your silver and blues and things. It's totally up to you. But whatever, you've got choice. Do you know what though? I'm thinking this doesn't have to be a tree skirt. I don't know, let's say you've got, I mean, I know it's quite large. Hey, but I guess there's nothing from stopping you, sort of stopping it. Yes, that's exactly where I was going, lovely Jimmy, is maybe you don't have to have it this big. Maybe you could have it this big, and then it would be really nice on a dining room table, and then you've got a centrepiece, a nice bowl full of flowers or a candle. Just a different thought about how you could use it. And of course you can use the template in lots of different ways. You are getting the template, let's move that. So you're getting the template itself. So yeah, you can stop at any of the stripes that are there. And you've also got your huge lovely wadding with your numbers on. So you just go strip by strip by strip, and you've got your full instructions there. So if you want to go for your Quilt As You Go, June Taylor Quilt As You Go Christmas tree skirt, it's £23.99, and the item number is 161174. Now, some more items for you to add to your baskets. We've got the starch spray, always really busy. It's just a really useful product, isn't it? And this is £12.99, and it's wonderful for stiffening your fabric. Great for quilting cotton, and it's 16 ounces you get in there. £12.99, 673488. Now we've also got a basting spray. Now this one bastes and layers together. So it works with cotton or polyester, and it's £12.99, 319953. Now this is so that you can secure your batting to your quilt top nice and easily and quickly. Right, so next up then, we've got a beautiful charm pack, Le Beau Papillon. And you'll be able to make the carry bag, because we've got a nice little booklet of instructions. I'm going to take this off if I may, because I just think it's easier for you to see. Right, so these are beautiful. Let me try and have a little look at these gorgeous designs that we've got here. Lots of ditzy prints. I mean, obviously the colours work fantastically, don't they? Now you've got 42 5-inch squares in your charm pack. Look, then we go into a little bit of duck egg blue, and then we go into a bit of a deeper blue. So it's really, really lovely. Oh, then we go into some rich colours. Very nice indeed. So that's your charm pack. You will get the pattern for this bag. Shall I have a little flick through? There you are. Oh, hang on, it's this way. So it's the carry bag. It tells you the fabric requirements, cutting instructions, how you're going to lay it all out. It's very comprehensive, isn't it? Really nice step-by-step instructions. And here we have the finished sample. Oh, it's a decent size. Look at this. We filled it with balls of wool, but you can fill it with anything. But aren't these little squares really nice? And as Sarah was saying, nice and easy to make. In fact, pretty much all of June Taylor's items are easy for you to make there. Okay, that is £15.99, 925125. Then we've got another charm pack, and this is really quite bright. What have we called it? Regent Street. Oh, lawns. I couldn't quite read that then. Hang on, let's open this one out. Here we go. Look at these gorgeous designs. They're bright and they're fun. Again, you've got 42 5-inch squares. Isn't this pretty? Oh, look at that one. Great for you. I love that. You could start using your hexagons on these as well. Why not? Oh, that's nice. That one's a bit more dramatic because you've got a bit of a dark colour in the background. Let's see what else. Oh, very ditzy prints. Good fun, these. I like these. Right. And then this is, of course, you're going to get the pattern there for the little quilt. Oh, right, wait till you see the back as well as the front. So here you can see all of those lovely, has it got caught up there? It's just pinned a bit. You can see all of those lovely, lovely pieces of material from your charm pack. Do you know what's really adorable is on the back, and it's so soft. Obviously you have to provide your own backing, but this is so soft and it's got like little bubbles on it. That is really nice. Something a bit different. I've not personally seen that before, but of course your feature piece is your lovely charm squares. Marvellous. Right. And it's a really good price as well. £15.99. Item number is 551761. Then we have been, the star of the show so far, you know, are these bibs. Are you all broody out there? Or it's for the grandkids or whatever. Something quite nice. Actually, to be fair, there's a lot of people who haven't yet, but it's going to be soon, seen their grandkids. So wouldn't it be nice to make these lovely bibs? So you're going to be able to make 3 of them. Again, you can see here is your wadding with your numbers on to follow along very nicely. But you're going to get your full instructions. But these are the different designs that you can make, again, with whatever fabrics you would like. But how adorable is this? So this one, you've got a couple of strips there, a larger patch, and then I just think that's really sweet. And there's your backing. And then this next one, slightly different in terms of you get your strips here. Again, I think this is probably another one. Well, actually, no, the larger piece in that one is good for, if you've got charm pack and jelly rolls, this is good. Okay, and then we've got another one here, and this one has had a little bit of embroidery because of course you can personalize, totally up to you, but for the actual pattern and the actual batting with the 3 different patterns on, that's what you're getting here, and it's very reasonable at just £12.99. 224940 is your item number. And in fact, this is going to be Sarah's next demo, so let's take a look at, let's see what materials she's used.
Right, I'm going to take you through a couple of the things on the bibs that are a little bit different to some of the other June Taylor stuff that we do. Right, on the bib you can see, again, you've got your numbers 1, 2, upwards. There's also a bit where the bib, that is the shape on the bib there, okay, like that. So some of the fabric is going to lay over it. So of course when you've finished sewing, you're not going to be able to see the shape of the bib. So the best thing to do, as it says in the instructions, is to put it under your machine, and we're going to sew on your bib line all the way round. So off we go. So when you've finished, you'll be able to see the shape of the bib on the outside, on the back, which then gives you a better idea of where you're supposed to be cutting. And you'll just cut on just the other side of the line. It's nice as well because it takes away, it's not very straight here, It takes away the mystery of where you're cutting. I mean, most of them have good cutting lines that stick out. Like on the placemats, you've got extra line. I've gone way out there. So it makes it easier for cutting. So you need to slow down going around the curve set, and that's it. When you get to that corner, lift your foot and turn it. And give you a nice chop. Okay. And around we go. You need to decide as well what fastenings you're going to do. Having made these bibs, I think my next move would be to sew my Velcro on now before I start putting any fabric on. If you're using Velcro, if you're going to use cam snaps, then you could probably put them on afterwards. But I'd probably put my Velcro on now, which would save having the stitching showing when you get to, right, as you can see, I went way out over here, but you can see roughly where you're going to cut. So you would cut round a nice curve around as you go round, so you can see the back. One of the other things that I found I had to think about was cutting bias. Now, a lot of people, they find that the scary bit is cutting bias to go round. Now, for most of your bindings, because a lot of them are straight line bindings, you don't need to do it on the bias, but a couple of them are proper curves, okay? So you would need to do a bias. Right, you take your fat quarter, find your 45-degree angle on your ruler, okay, and you're going to lay the 45 degrees, here we are with 45 degree again, 45 degree line on the edge of your fabric, so that you have this 45-degree angle running down your piece of fabric, and then you're going to cut on that, okay. So there we go. Okay, once you have that, you can then you need to cut that flat, opened up. You can't fold it and cut it because you'd end up with a dog leg. So with this now, we're going to cut 2 1/4 binding. So measured out 2 1/4 on the edge line, and you're going to cut it through. Now I don't think that's long enough, so I'm going to cut another one at 2 1/4, and I'll show you how to sew them together. Okay. So you're going to sew these together at a right angle. So I tend to make sure that where you've cut it at if it's at an angle, line them up, and you're going to go from your top, as you look at it, top left to bottom right. Okay. Now I'm using a dark. I would normally put a grey back in this, but rather than change it, I use the darker cotton so you can see it on the bib. Okay. So when you open this up now, let's chop this off 1/4 of an inch, roughly. Cut your dog legs off, your dog ears. There you go. So when you open it up like that, you've got a length that's running. So you're going to iron that there. And to make the bias work, you're going to fold it in half, long edge to long edge, wrong sides together, like that, all the way down. And then you're going to take this and fold long edge in to the middle crease. You do that all the way down, and then you're going to take your top edge into the middle crease like that. All the way down there, and then you're going to fold these in, fold it back in half so that they all meet, and then fold it all the way down to the end. I'm going to chop that end off. It's good salvage on this. And then you're going to take your bib and you're going to sew it on the front your 1/4 of an inch along there. So let's just put that in. Like this. Now you would go all the way round. Okay, we're just doing this for you to see. And you're going to fold it so that it goes over like that. So you get a nice neat line. And the reason you cut it on the bias is so that it stretches that little bit going round the corner. Now don't pull too hard, otherwise you'll get a bib that goes like that. Okay, so you just need to gently ease it round and you'll be fine.
And this is one of your favourite items this hour for the beautiful bibs. Here we are. This is the wadding that you're going to get with the patterns on. Shall I hold it up? Shall we have a little look? It's super soft, this wadding. I tell you what, you're going to love working with this. Obviously they're sideways, but it's just, is that better for the camera? Is it? Yeah, there you go. So you can see the numbers on there, and you're literally sewing by numbers. And then you'll get your full instructions. It's absolutely fine for a beginner. She says, I'm rubbish at folding, as always. There you go, absolutely fine for a beginner. Step by step, easy as 1, 2, 3. And then I'll just show you the different examples. So you're using whatever fabrics you've got in your crafty stash, and then you make it your own. This one's got some embroidery on at the bottom, My First Christmas, like that pattern. And then we've got this pattern. I love this. He's got sloths on there, and I love the flamingos on the back. But how adorable is that? And then we've got another one that's in that pattern. £12.99 for being able to make the 3 bibs, and it's 224940. A really nice price point, to be honest, I think. Then we have got our Jakarta set of 6 placemats. Now I'm not going to open this up because it's going to be huge, but what so it's all the same pattern, and I really liked Sarah's idea of you could even make it into a quilt. You can just sew the blocks together, but this is the size of each one, and these are the materials. This is really nice for, what was I going to say, for jelly rolls, using those up, your jelly rolls. But you'll be able to make 6 of those lovely ones, or you can make your quilt. £17.99, item number is 975958. Do call us on the usual number, 01733602000, or have a look at our website at hochanda.com. And you know what, is it actually this next demo? Is it excellent? So to see these lovely placemats being made, we're going to hand back over to Sarah.
June Taylor. We're going to start from the beginning because there'll be some people out there that have never done it before. Quilt as you go, love it. love their products, and everything is so simple to use because the instructions in the packs are spot on. They'll tell you exactly how to cut stuff out and where to put them and what to do. You can see that the numbers are written onto your wadding. So you would put down number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 and so forth. Okay, so we're going to do the Jakarta placemat. There are 6 placemats in the pack, okay, and what you do is you roughly cut them out, leaving a little bit of edge for you to play with around the edge. We have put the backing on. We've spray basted the backing onto the back, and we're going to now quilt on the top, which then puts your quilting down underneath. It's as simple as that. It's brilliant. So I've got some jelly roll strips left over from the quilt that you'll see in another show, and according to the instructions, which I just threw on the floor, we're going to cut 1, 2 and 3 at 12.5 inches. Now this is a perfect pattern for your leftover strips, and you could make every mat the same or every mat different. The ones that you've got in the studio, they're all exactly the same, and I mean exactly. Check them out, they're really cool. Okay, so 12.5 inches, that to one side. So I've cut 4 strips ready. So we're going to start layering it up. So you find your number 1. I'm going to turn it round so that you can see it. We're going to put your number 1 flat, right sides up, across number 1, and you can see that it goes onto the blue lines. You're going to take number 2, which would go there, so you're going to put that right sides together with number 1. I'm going to inch that over a little bit, like that, and then with your 1/4 inch seam, you're going to take this over. I'm going to pin this. At home I probably wouldn't, but we're going to pin this so that it doesn't move. And you're going to sew 1/4 inch from the edge, so you're sewing 1/4 inch from the blue line. The blue line is your placement line, so it just shows you where to put it. Now, a little tip: if you pull through underneath your underneath thread, pull through your back like that, it'll all tuck into, and you won't have any seam any ends to get rid of at the back. Okay, just going through here, that way, and you'll see that it really is a simple. Okay, so I'm coming up to the blue line. I'm going to put a lock stitch in there, and now all you have to do now is you flip it out and finger press it. Okay, now you try not to iron as much as you can at this stage, because it could stretch the wadding. So we'll find number 3. So you're going to put it, so you've got number 3 there, so you're going to put it right sides together with number 1. And again, you're going to 1/4 inch that, and you'll see how it's going to go. Okay, so over to the machine again, hold on to your thread, needle in, needle out and pull You can pull through your back thread. And off we go again. So you would just keep building this up number by number, and all of the spaces on this are for the 2.5. So a jelly roll is perfect for you to have a matching set. And if you have a look at the Jakarta table runner, you could have that table runner in the middle, and you could make it in Christmas fabrics, or you could make it as beautiful as this. Now see how that's all coming together? So then you would find your number 4. Let's find you one that's long enough. You would find your number 4. Need one a bit longer than that. Where are we going? And you would see what you have to cut on here. So number 4 would be 10.5 inches. So you would cut it at 10.5 inches, and then you would lay it on there and flip that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I love that saying. So here is just one of the 6 placemats, just so you can see the pattern. Like Sarah said, I think even I could do this. If you've got your jelly rolls, that would be marvellous. You could use those strips up, or any scraps of fabric that you've got. So you'll get the wadding with all of those numbers on and all of those strips, plus you get your full instructions, very, very easy to follow. And if you don't want to make it placemats, then of course you can make it as a quilt. £17.99, 975958. Then to match that, we have got the Jakarta table runner. I like that word, Jakarta. It's just got a nice flow to it. Jakarta, you've got your table runner with your wadding, again with your numbers on, full instructions, but what you really want to see is how it turns out. There you go. So it's pretty similar, isn't it? It's just got longer strips, that's all. And instead of 2 strips down the side, it's got the 3 strips. Once more, you can use up whatever fabrics you like. All you're going to need to add to this is your backing, whatever you've got to hand, that's all. But if I turn that around again, there you go. That's what it looks like for your table runner. Or it could be a wall hanging, totally up to you. £17.99. Item number is 505545. I have to say, on all of these items, we've got some really good price points. Next then, we've got some Christmas stockings. You've got choices here. You can either go for the stripes or squares. Again, you'll get the wadding and you'll get the instructions. But this is your stripes. There it is. Does not have to be Christmas at all. Could be anything you like. Why not have, why not make a stocking even for somebody's birthday? I love dipping in and seeing, it's like a surprise, isn't it? So you could dip in, make it for birthdays, for different occasions. That one's your stripe, and then with your square, I'll bring it over here, it's easier. With your square, I think I really like that option. And as Sarah was saying, look at the precision. Look at the precision of that stripe. Lovely. Oh, do you know what? Meg is saying a brilliant idea. Thanks. Is that you can, how you can print photos onto fabric? Our Hayley Smith does that, doesn't she? You could have a family photo and put them in these squares made in fabric. Lovely idea. Again, a brilliant price point because each option is £12.99. 624813 is the item number. Then we've got our tree skirt. A nice large tree skirt, but as I was saying, I'm sure that if you basically, because you've got your template, if you want to stop at that stripe, you can, and you could make a little diddy table skirt, for a nice bowl of fruit or a bowl with a candle. Should we get rid of that so you can see? There you go. But if you want to use the whole thing, you end up with a beautiful tree skirt. Do you know what I was thinking as well? Don't chuckle, but I actually quite like, you know where I was going. Quite like this. If I do it the other way round, it's like a little cape. A little Red Riding Hood I am this morning. Well, I don't know. I think that's quite nice myself. A little capelet. But there you go. That is the beautiful tree skirt. Let's have a look, because our Jimmy and Matt, they took some photos this morning. I love that we've got a random tree just out the back. That's hilarious. Have we got lots, have we? Oh yeah, I think we are doing Christmas in July, aren't we, at some point. So it looks really nice. It really makes it look quite posh. £23.99 for your wadding with the numbers on and your template. 161174 is the item number. Something else for you to add to your baskets. Joe's Mill Shop Online scissors. Do you know, he was so lovely, because we chuckle a lot because we still haven't really worked together, or we were so close yet so, yeah, seriously Meg, in all this time I've not worked with Joe until we went into lockdown and then I saw him through Skype, but we've still not worked together in the studio. So funny. But bless him, he actually gifted me a pair of his scissors, which was so nice. They are fantastic to use, Miss Meg. £24.99. Did I see that had a cheeky freedom? £21.24 if you're a Freedom member. 279324. Yeah, Jimmy's saying they sound really great when they cut. You know, good quality scissors when they go like that. That is my impression of scissors. Just going to have a look at a couple of 7-day savers. We've got lots and lots of skeins of thread. In fact, we have got 100 and we've got 8 meters on each. Really lovely colours. I mean, all the colours under the rainbow. We've got pastel colours, bright colours, neutral colours. I can't think of another word for type of colour, but anyway, I like that, a kaleidoscope of colours. Really lovely for your cross stitch, for your embroidery. Do you know what? This might be a really nice gift to give to somebody if they're thinking about starting a new craft, starting sewing, or maybe you just want to, you know, stock up on your crafty stash with all of these lovely skeins of thread. Now, it's £10.49. Now, you've got an £8.50 saving. It goes up in price on Sunday when the new 7-day savers launch at 8 a.m. 740666 is the item number. Yeah, a few stragglers down here. There you go. Yep, so many, 100 in total, 8 meters on each. Next, we've got a fat quarter pack, a cotton fat quarter pack. But do you know what? Perfect, of course, for your cross stitch. I'll open this. I was actually having a little play with it yesterday because I had a 7-day savers show. So I was doing a little bit of cross stitch. See that? Just little line there. So this is your Ada. It's 100% cotton, as I said, and it's a fat quarter pack. You're getting 2 of your white and 2 that are slightly off white. But you know what this is nice for? If you have already done a cross stitch pack, you know, you've already got a pack that's got a pattern in and you've completed it and you loved it so much. Of course, you've got the instructions and you've got, you know, your symbols. If you buy this and this, you could start it again. And maybe you could even change the colours up. Just a thought. If you're going for this, then the 4 fat quarters, it's £9.99 and you've got a £15 saving, 354947. No, 497. Sorry. And then we've got, this is huge. This is a 2 meter piece. It's weighty. It really is. Have a little look here. Huge. I was saying yesterday, this is good to do your bingo wings. But it's a really good weight. So if you want a really warm, I mean, I know we don't today, but if you want a really warm quilt, then this would be a great backing. It's limited stock for this. £11.99, £13 saving. Item number is 465415. Now, do have a look at our website for the rest of these 7-day savers that we've got on the show. There you go. What have we got? We have got leather. Have we still got those, actually? I think we may have sold out, but we do have the magnetic sheets. I think you get 12 of those. Ah, we've got an adhesive pack. Oh, I was having a play with this yesterday. You've got that lovely Fantastic, I love that, super roller. And you've also got some glue dots and some foam rolls. Also, you've got your Ross Papercraft silver foil board. That's 300 GSM. Oh, we've got stamps by All and Create, which I was having a little play with yesterday, actually. Oh, what were we saying? Oh, the Mill Shop Online heavyweight. Oh, has it? Is it just gone? Nice. Somebody snapped that up. Okay, we have got some lovely charm packs next. Shall I go for this one or this one? This one? This is the Regent Street. This one's quite fun. Let me move all those bits there. This one's quite fun, as you can see. Nice and bright and spring-like. You've got some ditzy prints, ditzy florals. Those almost look like little poppies, I think. And this one would be nice for your Tessa patch, I think. And then, oh, I like that one. I like the colour in the background. That's really pretty, isn't it? And then we go into sort of duck egg colours. These are fun. And then we go on to some colours. Now that gets a little bit more dramatic with the deep blue in the background. More fabulous prints. Look at that one. That's pretty. And then we go into the pinks of the background. Jolly marvellous. Oh, look at that. So hang on a second. Let's just see. They are, aren't they? They're like double-sided and whatnot, aren't they? Like so. Very nice. And then this is what you can be making. It's really cute. But again, this one is your Regent Street and it's $15.99. Item number is 551761. And then very quickly we have got the papillon. And these are the lovely colours that you get some plains in there as well. And I'm just whizzing through because I know we're tight for time now. Lovely. And then if I grab the bag, you do get the instructions for the bag. But it's, where shall I hang this? Hang on. Poor Jimmy was following me around with the camera then. But then you can see those lovely different patterns that you get there. It's $15.99. Item number is 925125. You can call us on the usual number or you can check out on the website at hochanda.com. Thank you very much for keeping me company, and now I'm going to pass the baton to the lovely Paola. It's one day special time because we're getting groovy with clarity, followed by brand new supplier, I believe, called Rich. And then again, we are joining Sarah from White Gecko.
Hi, I'm Hayley. Join me for some amazing Fabric Freedom shows. Fabric Freedom design all their fabrics here in the UK, and they design them with quilters in mind, so they're really good at picking out those unidirectional prints, really nice and small prints so you can work on smaller patchwork projects, and paste prints as well, which is one of their signature fabrics. They do lots more fabrics besides quilting cottons, so tune in to the Fabric Freedom shows here on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Andy from Picture This. I've been a painter all my life. Picture This was actually formed on the back of a throwaway remark from one of my art students. This has developed my drawings into a series of photopolymer stamps, clear stamps for the crafting community and the crafting industry. The stamps are all hand-drawn by me, they're made in the UK, most important to us at Picture This, and we have so much more to bring you. Our shows on Hochanda, we hope to make them informative, amusing obviously, entertaining, but mainly it's about bringing the creative spirit to you. Make sure you tune in and watch the Picture This shows on Hochanda.
Hello, I'm Sue Trangmar and I started Daisy Chain Designs 20 years ago. At Daisy Chain Designs, we're passionate about sewing and quilting. We design projects that hopefully will inspire you to pick up your needle and thread and have a go. We have great fun in designing things from the very start, and then the end product is always very exciting when you actually see it made. So don't miss the Daisy Chain Design shows on Hochanda.
Hochanda News! We're excited to announce that from the 1st of July, our broadcast hours on Freeview will be extended to 10 p.m. each day. We know that many of you have been missing our live shows in the evenings, and we look forward to having you with us once again. Hello everyone, I've got a minute or two to tell you why you should all be members of Hochanda Freedom. Did you know that with Hochanda Freedom you could be saving on your deliveries every single month? For just a £6.97 monthly fee, you'll benefit from unlimited standard delivery, which means the more you spend with us, the more you save. And do you know the best bit? You can cancel at any time. Becoming a member of Hochanda Freedom, you'll also be able to take advantage of our exclusive Freedom members discounts, where you can save anything up to 20% on an already fantastic Hochanda price. Freedom members will also receive our exclusive members badge and Freedom newsletter, which will keep you updated with all the goings on behind the scenes. Look at all these benefits for £6.97 per month. Over 12,000 of you are already members, and we thank you so much for being part of our family and sharing your crafting passion with us. In fact, I'm going to hand over to you to tell everyone else about your experience with Hochanda Freedom.
I'm a Freedom member, which means I can shop a lot.
It's the discounts and all the special offers you get.
I get special offers, I get special discounts. They tell me when everything's happening. So if there's a special show I want to watch, then it's there. I'm able to just shop when I'd like.
It's just good to have. Yes, you do save. If you buy like I do, you save.
You see, you could be a member instantly for £6.97 per month with no monthly obligation. So when you want to cancel, you can. Just give us a call or go to our website quoting the item number 888 888. So don't forget you get your unlimited standard delivery, exclusive Freedom discounts, members badge and members newsletter. What are you waiting for? Join Hochanda Freedom today and become a member of the growing Hochanda family.
Good morning. Of course, it is the first look today at the one-day special, and the one-day special, of course, is from Groovy and the Clarity brand. Now, if you are looking at this, if you haven't never heard of Groovy, well, welcome. You are in for a treat. But what you have got in the one-day special is not only Groovy plates, but their matching dies, and they are exceptional. Now, I personally, I have designed dies in the past, and I know how hard it is to put that tiny detail onto the edges of those dies. Now, we have got, I believe, we will be having a chat with Paul Church from Clarity. I believe he's ready to talk to us. Hello, Paul.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm well. You?
I'm very well, thank you. Now, this is one of my favorite collections. It's one of those ones that even if you are not a porter, this is phenomenal bundle.
It is, because what this does, it gives you the crossover. The dies work independently, the groovy plates work independently, but together they just make beautiful, quick and easy flowers. And I know you love flowers, don't you?
Absolutely.
And to have the leaves and the foliage with them, even if you're not, as you said, even if you're not into parchment, then you can still go for this because they're just so gorgeous.
Yes, they are. And what I always, of course, these dies have got peacock cutting edge. Can you tell us a little bit what that means, the peacock cutting?
Absolutely. So the peacock cutting traditionally in parchment is where you would have an image with a solid line, and you would perforate with a 2-needle tool, and you make holes all the way around the design. And then once you've made all those perforations, you then use the special scissors to snip them. and it creates these tiny little points, which is called picot. And so you would go all the way around it, and you get this beautiful finish to the actual designs.
Yeah.
But as you can imagine, that takes time to do, just one single flower. So the dye, it just blows me away, because it just means I can put all the dyes in my die cutting machine with a sheet of parchment and cut loads out very, very quickly.
And of course, I remember talking to you, Paul, about, for instance, this beautiful wreath that is all parchment flowers with obviously layers and upon layers. And of course, if you were having to do it by hand, it would take days, basically, to do.
It really would. And because, I mean, the concept behind the picot flowers was designed based on one of Tina's 3D flowers and butterflies plate, which we also have on the show. But, when we look at that wreath, you would, well, it would just take me forever to do that. Takes me long enough to do picot cutting as it is, so to have those dyes just makes it so much quicker. And you get that effect on paper and cards as well, which you can't do traditionally.
Now, that's a very good point, because I'm going to grab a sample that I looked before it. Now, that, of course, you couldn't do picot cutting onto a roll of cardstock, because it's you know, that's the nature of parchment that allows you to do it, not per card. And yet with this, you can die cut it, and it's just so beautiful.
That's right. And if you use sort of like a pearlescent card, what you can do, you can actually emboss onto it as well, because when you die cut the flowers using the dyes, when you place it on the groovy plate, you line it up perfectly, so you don't need to be able to see through them, which means that if you use mirror card or pearlescent card, you would get that beautiful embossed effect on that as well.
Of course. Oh, upside down. Sorry. Upside down. I was listening to what Paul was saying, so therefore I wasn't paying too much attention the direction of the cardstock. But you are kind of a really... So then it means that the groovy plates not only are for parchment, thanks to the dyes, that then becomes something that you can incorporate other papers. That's such a good idea. Such brilliant versatility. Now, I want to show as well a couple of samples that are more traditional parchment, because these, of course, can work for traditional parchers as well.
Absolutely. And it's that crossover. I mean, the groovy system, since we launched it, is just, if you can hold a pen, I've always said, if you can hold a pen, you can use the groovy system. There is no skill required in relation to transferring an image. But when you want to, you get that confidence, you then want to learn how to do more, whether it be the colouring, the white work, and eventually the picot cutting. But to have these dyes as a time saver is absolutely gorgeous.
And well, this design team, as all usual, have produced marvelous samples in here. And I love that combination of a kind of a slightly more modern twist with the traditional as well. So if, of course, flowers are one of the essential items to have in your collection, and I think everybody will be very happy with these dyes and groovy plates.
That's right, and we've also got all the different colour parchment on the show as well, and especially the designer parchment. It's absolutely gorgeous, because you just die cut it and it's done.
It is, and look at that, how beautiful that design, like the colour parchment will look. And outside there is a bag that I'm holding, and of course it has been with the parchment, the colour parchment, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. So, and it is, I mean, we've got a fantastic saving on this as well, and you get the storage folder to keep it all in.
Absolutely. So I'm going to give everybody, are you going to stay on the phone for the next, oh no, okay. So, all right, we want to see the demonstration. Sorry, apologies for that. Paul, we will let you carry on with your day, and I think we will talk to you at 12 as well.
Yeah, I'll be back at 12 o'clock.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you, Paul. Right, and now what I need to mention, of course, is that the storage folder that Paul referenced in, and of course you have got here the fresh cut, which is for the dyes, so you can store here your dyes inside it, as well as if you wanted the groovy plates. Remember, the one-day special is a time-limited offer that was launched yesterday at 6 p.m. and if you want to grab it, you look at that saving of £29.50. You can spread the cost as well, because there is a flexi-buy option of 2 interest-free payments of £39.97. Over a third of the stock has already gone. If you want to grab yours, your item number is 104535. And of course, without further ado, we have got a demo prepared from Paul.
Hi, thanks for joining me. For this demo, we're going to use the one-day special as a feature within this particular card, in conjunction with Tina's Floral Corners and Flourishes and the beautiful Edwardian tag as well. So if I hold this up and bring this a little bit closer, you can see that the flower is all dimensional. We've used a beautiful tag and some of the elements from some of the other plates we've got on the show. And then I've taken the darker pink. So this is our two-tone parchment. So we've got the dark pink and the light pink. I think it just works really well to create that tone-on-tone effect. So where do we start? So we're going to start with the topper first. So what I've done, I've taken the light pink. So the parchment we've got on offer comes in a folder. Well, it doesn't come, you have to put it in the folder. So in here, we've got the beautiful dark pink and light pink. Then we have the purple and light purple. We have the beautiful blue and light blue. And my favourite one is the teal and the light teal. And then finally we've got the dark green and the light green. So we've got this on offer, so it's 100 sheets in total, and you get the folder to start with. So what I've done is I've taken the light pink and I've die cut the tag from there. Okay, so the tags we've got on the show is the nested Edwardian plaque die set. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different sizes on there. And then also you can get it separately, but it also comes with the coordinating groovy plate. So on the groovy plate you've got all the different layers, so you can do your embossed line. It's very similar to the Pico, but these are straight edge. And then you've got some keys and some locks, and then you've also got a couple of sentiments. So this belongs to, just a note, and handmade. So great for doing like putting on the back of your cards and stuff like that, finishing off. So I've die cut from the largest tag, okay, in both the parchment and the white card, because when we pop it on the white card, it is more vibrant. So what I'm going to do now is bring in the A5 calligraphy plate mate. I'm going to take my groovy plate that fits perfectly within there, so it gives me that larger area to work within. Then I've got my parchment so that I've die cut. I'm going to wipe the back of that first with my tumble dry sheet. Okay. Bring that into place. And then what this does, it lines up. It's been created so that each size actually lines up with the outer edge on the plate. So it means you're going to get it in the perfect position and you're not going to be guessing where to line it up. So I'm going to line that up there. I'm going to take my groovy tabs. Oops, I'll take another one there. Pop that back into place. I'm going to hold that down in those two areas there to start with. Okay. Then I've got my groovy guard, and I prefer, as you know, to come towards me when I'm doing straight lines. So we'll turn that round. I'll rest my groovy guard on there. I'm going to take my number 1 tool from the starter kit, and I'm just going to pop in the first, exactly like it is with the nested Pico shapes. I'll turn that round and pop those ones in as well. Okay, and then what we'll do, we'll hold that in place so we can move that groovy tab over here, and then we can go around and complete the other double lines just on there. So it makes it so easy, and you get that perfect positioning every single time. Okay, now parchment was dragging there, so what I should have done was gone back and wiped it with the tumble dry sheet, and it means that when I wiped it, I probably had my finger there where I was holding it. So I'm going to come round here, remove that tab, So to prevent that happening again, in case I was holding that, I'm just going to wipe with the tumble dry sheet again, because that's probably one of the only times when the parchment will rip if you're tracing out the grooves, because it creates like a friction. So what happens is it's harder for the tool to glide, and therefore, I missed that circle, therefore it creates a resistance and it can rip the parchment. So we've now got our beautiful crisp white lines around the outside of our plaque. So these are great. I mean, if you've got larger brads, you could pop those in there. You could imagine that sort of around a bottle or something with some ribbon in it. So if you make homemade wine or jams or something, you get a really nice luxurious finish to it. Okay, so now what we want to do is bring Tina's floral corners and flourishes into play. So we've got these on the show, and it comes with its accompanying II book, and when we look at them, you've got these beautiful big flourishes. So if I take one of the flowers, for example, I've got this one here, I could replace that flower and change the look of it. So the only thing I would do, I would just want to trace that out, there's no need to. Or we've got this lovely corner over here, and it will change the look of these corners. And then we've got the other plate in the collection. So again, use some of the smaller flowers you could replace those with, but it's great to have all this greenery and foliage that you can use alongside. So I'm going with this one here because I want to use this little corner here. So I'm going to bring my platemate, my A4 square platemate, into play. So it gives me that larger area to work within. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this area, so I'm going to spin that round. Why do we always need so much space when we're crafting? So let me just pop that there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm using the guide of these areas here to position to make sure it's in the place I want it to be. I mean, there isn't any right or wrong way, it's just that once you've made the card, I know exactly where I've lined it up. I make it easier on myself if I sort of give myself a guide on where I've lined it up. So then what I'm going to do, I just take my groovy guard just to hold it in place. I'm going to go with the number 1 tool, and I'm going to trace out. Now if you wanted to do white work in these little seed heads, then I would suggest you use the number 2 tool. And the number 2 tool will give you that softer line art. And in one of the other demos I've got coming up, I really concentrate on the white work, excuse me, on some of the designs within the actual the flowers. So we're just going to follow that through. But I just love these gorgeous designs from Tina. So much talent. And then we'll just follow it through. I'm only going to do half of it, but I just wanted to show how quick and easy it is. See, I'm going too fast now, so I keep jumping out. Slow down, it's not a rush. So we'll just follow it through and trace out the elements. But you can change. For me, the groovy system is great because you can become the designer. You can choose the different elements. I mean, I haven't picked up on that flower at all because I don't need to use it. I just want the beautiful flourishes with those little hearts on there instead. So when we turn that over now, you can see how we've got one half of the plaque. If I bring the finished card into play, then you'll see that that's this one here is just that element. Whoops, where we're going? Just there. Okay. So what we'll do is when we come back for the next part of the demo, we're going to apply some colour. I've used the Perga colour pens, so check those out on the website, and we're going to build the rest of the actual design.
That is absolutely beautiful. And then, of course, that is a Tina's Floral Swirls duet with Tina's Floral Swirls and Corners book, which is what you can see what Paul was using. That has got a freedom price as well, so you are saving further £9.50. You're just spending £31.47. But if you're not a freedom member, of course, you can still get it. The saving is £6. Now, then when, of course, Paul was using the tag dies, that's the Edwardian nested plaques die set, which are very, very handy. And I love how you can make book plates as well for your memory albums. £19.99 is the price for that. 889,997 is your item number. And then, of course, you have got a matching ruby plate, which is the Edwardian nested plaques and borders, which you have, of course, Paul was using as well. And you have got those beautiful sentiments like just a note, handmade by, and this belongs to, perfect for books as well. £10.99 is the price for that groovy plate. And then there is finally another item that Paul was using, is the plate mate. That is for the larger ones, of course. And you can see how it comes in two parts, but you can use the tabs to hold it together. It's £27.98 is the price, and of course it makes it so much easier to use with your larger plates. Now, of course, the one day special is those flowers, those beautiful Tina flowers, the Tina inspired flowers, both the plates and the matching dies. You are getting, actually, I think you are getting, is it 30 dies? Because let's double check that, but because you are getting 30 dies, because you are getting 6 dies in each, and there's 5 sets, so 30 dies, and then of course you are getting those 5 beautiful plates. Now, Pico is that kind of very, very tiny zigzag edge that takes ages to achieve if you have to do it by hand. Having the dies that already have got that die gives you that charming detail, that delicate edge, not only to your parchment, but also it means that now you can achieve that result with, of course, the papers, mirror cards, and so much more. The ability to die cut it straight away and get that result means that projects like the ones that you are seeing there, it's not a time consuming over a week, but in an afternoon. You will be able to die cut all the layers in a quick and easy function with, of course, your die cutting machine, and then put them over the plate to make sure that you transfer completely that beautiful detail in here. If you like to do a little bit of wide work, you can, of course, afterwards. But one of my favorite samples made by Maggie, look at that. Now, I will be honest, I would never even dream of attempting something like that by hand. Yet having the Pico dies that cuts the perfect petals every time with that Pico edge in here, with that delicate, delightful edge every single time. And of course, having the plates that match it perfectly means that you position it on all your parchments. By the way, we do have a collection, of course, you can see at the bottom of the screen, of 100 A5 two-tone parchment with the, of course, the storage folder. The details are at the bottom of the screen. So you could create something as gorgeous as this. Or if you're a traditional parcher and you want something that kind of you enjoy more doing the borders and the frames, and you want something that will quick and easy deliver that Pico cutting for the flowers, then go for it, because you will have the perfect, beautiful, delightful accents with ease. 104535 is your item number of the one day special. 40% of the stock has already gone, and of course, if you want to grab yours, remember you have got a £29 £50 saving, and of course you can also flexi buy it, which means that you spread the cost into interest-free payments of £39.97. Another item that we have got for you is the flower and butterfly. Now this plate, I believe, is the one that sort of inspired the one day special a while back. This was one of the flowers and butterflies by Tina. What it is you can recognize the designs from the one day special plus some more, but of course into a smaller size. This is phenomenal if you want to transfer quickly and easily, as Groovy always does, those beautiful details into your parchment. Whether you want to start adding wide work, look at the delicate nature of these ones. Whether you want to add color to it. Subtle, beautiful, charming, delightful, exquisite detail. One of the things I love about parchment and groovy is that it's such a delicate, beautiful finish, and yet it is completely, durable. It's completely, strong. Once that you kind of have worked with it and you put it in there, it has got that elegance, that sophistication, that prettiness, and I love as well the ability that you then have to bring your sparkling glitters, to bring, maybe you have got your paragraph markers or your, maybe your polychromos, and you want to add color. And then, of course, you use a little bit of the orso oil, like Paul always shows. Now, if you are struggling for ideas, don't worry, because you are getting also the book. Now, they have got in here 20 projects, and I love you have got the step-by-step instructions, but also, of course, that fin, and I love that you could even have this in your desk as an inspirational thing. You can even look at it. I love the composition, so I'm going to put maybe lace instead of parchment here. There is all that ideas that you can get from that book. Remember, 20 projects in there, and in this bundle you have got a saving of £6. Nearly a third of the stock has already gone, so grab yours if you want it. 434141 is your item number. £19.98 is the price. Then we have got the floral swords. Now, I have to say I'm very, very, very partial to this one. It's one of those ones that as soon as I saw it, I kind of loved it. Of course, Tina is an amazing designer. She has got an exquisite taste and delicate hands to draw those beautiful flowers with intertwining, grasses and leaves that come in. They are scrolls. But can you see here? Now, is this a flower or is this a snowflake? This is the beauty of this work of Tina, because it could be either. And remember, these snowflakes then appear everywhere, so you can select them, and then suddenly you have a wintry Christmas card if you wanted to. Or if you put it green, then it's just leaves. Yes, this is just embellishments. I love the fact that you have got the beautiful swirls in the pattern, more corner elements as well as kind of that focal point in there. And I have to show you a couple of samples, but let's start with one in which that snowflake appears, but it's not. Can you see how it's not really a snowflake, because it's within that beautiful floral element? However, you can go really simple into just a simple parchment, but how delicate and beautiful. What about putting it in something there? Look at that. I love that. I think it's upside down. Yes, it is. I was thinking, it's like, what is that spell? But look at that gorgeous. Now, I need to show you as well this phenomenal artwork by Emma Burns. Look at that. Now, Emma Burns, of course, is a traditional portrait, so she uses, like many, like Tina herself, Tina Cobb, the groovy to transfer the artwork to the parchment, and then she uses her tools and her parchment traditional techniques acquired over years to finish it off. But you can achieve that, of course, and if you are a beginner, by going for the groovy set, especially this one, you have got here another of the Tina Floral Swords and Corners Eyebrow, another 20 different projects using, of course, mostly that gorgeous corners and, of course, duet sword. Look how beautiful they look, how much inspiration you are getting from this one. If you want to grab yours, remember that you have got a £9.50 saving if you are a Freedom member. We are incredibly busy for this one. Nearly 40% of the stock has already gone, so if you want to grab yours, 344773 is your item number. Now, if you wanted to have some color parchment to create something like that, you could go for the set of 100 A5 two-tone parchment sheets with an A5 groovy storage folder as well. Now, that means that two-tone, it gives you a stronger and a more subtle color, so it means that it will coordinate perfectly, it will blend seamlessly, as well as giving you that delicate, intricate nature of the groovy Groovy projects. 716-256 is your item number. You have got also a flexi-buy option of 2 payments of £28.49. Now, I believe we have got the second part of the video from Paul Church. Let's have a look.
Hi, welcome back. So in the first part of the demo, I showed you how we created the beautiful plaque using the die and the groovy plate. And then we took part of the design from the flourishes and corners set of plates we've got on the show, and we took just this element here just to trace out that bit there. Okay, and then what you do is you turn it round and you add in the second one as well. I mean, if you wanted to, you could just have it like that. I mean, you could have it portrait. It doesn't have to be landscape. The choice is entirely up to you. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add some colour. So what I've done is I've already traced out the second half. Let's move that out of the way so you can actually see that. Just pop that to one side. And if I bring in, so you can see here, I've traced out the other one and I've introduced some colour to one half of it. But it looks quite flat because obviously it's a very light pink and it's on black. So where I've die cut the coordinating tag, if I bring that in, you can start to see now how the white underneath really does lift it and give you that beautiful colourway. So normally I tend to work with the Perga liner pencils, the wax-based pencils, because I find them a lot easier to work with. But I thought I really wanted some intense colour. So what I've done is I've gone with the Perga Colour Exclusives, which we have on the show, and it's 30 water-based pens. They've got dual nibs, so it means in the tiniest of areas you can really get in there. So I'm going to go with the bullet nib, the larger of the nibs, and I'm going to take my, I'm going to take my pen and I'm just going to add colour into those areas. Now I'm putting the colour on the back because, especially because these are a pencil, because they're a pen, if I was to touch the white line art on the front, it would bleed straight into it. If I'm careful with a pencil on the front, I would get away with it. But you've really got to have a steady hand to do that. So all I'm doing, I'm not worried about going over the lines there because it's on the back. But you can see how if I did touch the lines, how it just sort of bleeds into it. So I put my pink into place, and then I'm going to take a green. So again, I've got options. I could take the colour out of the coloured parchment if I wanted a more vibrant green, but these are really nice bright colours, and because we're using a very pale pink, the colours really come through well, so I don't need to worry about removing the colour from the parchment. So we'll just put some colour just in here, and it's a lot quicker with a pen as well, because normally with a pencil you go on and then you have to go in and blend to smooth it out. But you know what? The pen is perfect for this job. So that's the rest of the colour, and then I've just used the same green pen to fill in around the outside. So now when I bring that into play with the white card, you can see now how that really stands out. Okay, so that's that part done. So the next thing we want to do is attach this to the card blank, the white piece of card, and then build our flower to go in the middle. So you've got options. If you wanted to, and you had larger brads, you could put those in there and that would hold it. But what I'm going to do, because I know that middle is going to be covered up, I'm just going to put some tape in the middle. Then I'm going to line that up so it's in place. And you can see, there we go. And you can see, if I'll hold this up in a minute, because I've used a light parchment, that tape shows through, which doesn't look very nice. I mean, if I'd gone all the way around the edges with that, you'd see that. If I'd used a darker parchment, it would be unlikely, but always test it onto what you're going to attach to, like an equivalent piece of white card. Okay, so that's given us our beautiful plaque. And then what I've done, I've taken a selection of the light pink and the dark pink. Let me bring a piece of card in so you can see the differences. And I've just cut loads of flowers. I've got like a bag that's got all these sort of different flowers in there. Let me just grab the bag so you can see. Where did I put that bag? I've put it somewhere safe. Where is it? Here we go. Right. See, look, when I do my dye, I've got a bag. This is of the Stella Bloom, so I've got those. Then I've got the Pretty Posy. I've got those in there. Then I've got some of the Perfect Petals. I've got some of the Heart Blossoms, and then I've got some leaves as well. So it's great to sort of make a stash up. Just cut loads of parchment out. Just keep running it through your die cutting machine, run it through, and then you'll have a nice selection of flowers. And if you've got the coloured parchment or designer parchment, then that's great because you haven't got to worry about have you got the right colours. So this is a selection that I've already cut out, and what I've done is, let's just pop those to one side. So then I've got my light one and I've got a darker one, so that's going to sit on top, and then I want a darker one to go underneath. So let me show you how it works with the plates if you haven't seen it yet. So I've got my larger one. I always suggest with the flowers, I always suggest it, but I don't do it myself. Typical. I'm going to wipe from the middle outwards with my tumble dry sheet. Because it's got all those serrated edges, it's a lot more easier, but it'd be even easier if I'd wiped it with a tumble dry sheet before I did my die cutting. So now I want to introduce the line art. So I'm going to bring my calligraphy plate mate in first. I'm going to go to my folder. It's got all my dies and my plates, and it is the Stella Blooms. So I need the Stella Blooms, and I just need another plate. This is what we call an A5 slim. It's an A5 but half the size. So we're going to hold those in place to stop them moving around, and then I'm going to take my, I'll turn it this way so it's towards the top a bit more, and then I line that up, and I'm going to go with 2 new groovy tabs because I can, and then line that up to make sure it's exactly where it should be, and then I'm just going to, it looks a little bit like a starfish, doesn't it? Just notice that. And then we're just going to hold that in place, take my groove gun, I'm going to go with the number 1 tool. I'll do the easy bit first, the circle. I say the easy bit first, it's not difficult. If you can hold a pen, then you can use a groovy system. Now what I find is easier is if I start from the bottom and then go away from myself, rather than do that, because it's not attached here. I just find it's easier, it pushes it away rather than lifting the parchment towards you. See? So it doesn't sort of buckle back on itself. So pop that one in there, because that's not covered by the groovy tab. Then hold that in place. Pop that one, oops, pop that one just over there. Just missed that one. Pop that one in. Pop the bits in the middle, and again, you don't have to put the designs that's on the plates in the middle if you don't want to. And then we're going to come round, follow it through. It's just, if I was having to do it, well, if I had to, I'm saying if I had to, I wouldn't. I would not be pico cutting these flowers out at all if it wasn't for the dies. No, absolutely not. if you are looking for a different sort of look, because of these designs are quite easy, so to speak, what you could do is you could just trace out the design, and then you could use a normal pair of scissors to cut around the outside to get sort of like a solid edge. So if you didn't want the picot effect, then you can get a different look as well. Okay, so let's release the little starfish, or the Stella Bloom flowers as they're properly called. Pop that to one side. So now I've got my lovely flower, and then I've got two that I've already prepared. And what I want to do is I just want to take that pink pen that we used to colour in the heart and just put some colour in those little dots. Nice and easy, no skill required at all. Okay, now because these is dark parchment, what I've done is I've put some high-tack tape on the back, and I know that it won't show through. So I'm just going to get my little tweezers to remove the backing on both of those. I'm going to take a little bit of the high-tack tape and pop it on the back of that one as well. And go quite big on that piece because it's definitely not going to be seen from behind. Okay. And then remove, whoops, stay, press that down. High-tack tape, behave. You don't want to play? Why is it always when you're doing there we go, TV, it never wants to play. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to position this one first, press that one down. I could, if I wanted to get a different look, just do them all the same layer, but it's nice to just offset them to create that look. So I mean, it looks quite nice with just the two flowers on there, but I think that one just on top, and then that holds it just in place. So when we come back, we're going to create the frame for that to sit onto.
And of course, that is using Groovy and the one-day special that we are featuring today. Tina's Pick of Flowers and Leaves collection with the fresh cut and dies, and of course the Groovy plates and that folder that kind of can contain the whole, all the collection. Now, this is another sample using exactly the same flower as, of course, Paul was using. You can see the difference. The same flower, again, the same flower, but different composition. The same flower here, different ways of using it. And that is just one flower. And remember, you have got 4 sets of flowers. Each of them have got 6 dies, 3 dies in like 3 dies of 3 different sizes. But then, of course, you have got the centers of the flowers. Look at that. Now, having that picot edge die means that something like this, or something as beautiful and delicate and charming as this, will be actually doable. For most of us, the thought of having to the picot edge all by hand all around a flower is just like kind of, well, I don't know, it's just a little bit too much. But however, having the die means not only that you will be able to die cut parchment quickly and easily and then transfer that beautiful detail with the Groovy plates, is the fact that you are going to be able to die cut cardstock. You're going to be able to die cut your white card, your mirror card, your craft cards, and create that beautiful effect as well. And you can see it here, the contrast. Remember that you also are getting the leaves, you are also getting the flourishes, of course the branches in there. Think about how then you are going to use them with your beautiful artistic papers that you may have. This is the designer papers as well from Clarity. But you can see in here, again, this is the flower that Paul was using. 4 different flowers. Each flower has got 3 sizes in these dies, as well as the matching plates. The ability to recreate with precision, and of course every single time is going to be beautifully finished. The only thing that you are going to need, of course, is parchment and a die cutting machine, but the results are going to be pristine every single time. Now, if you want to go for it, remember that this is a time limited offer that should last until 6 p.m, but there is no warranties that they will do. Now, if you wanted, you have got the FlexiBuy option to spread the cost in 2 interest-free payments of £39.97. But look at the saving. Even if you go one-off payment, you have a £29.50 saving. I mean, that is a phenomenal. What's the percentage of saving there? Because it's like almost. Is it like something like 20% off or something like that? I mean, over a quarter off, so it's more than 25% off. It is a phenomenal discount. So grab yours. 104535 is your item number. And remember, you have got the storage folder as well. Now, one of the things that we recommend is those groovy tabs and the guard as well. Now, there is a kit that has got what they call the groovy accessories kit. You're getting 20 sheets of clear parchment paper. Of course, remember that is the perfect weight for groovy as well as parchment, and of course those tabs, the 16 groovy tabs that you can reuse time and time again. And that, you know, that guard is phenomenal. It's, you know what, I would go get it and I would use it for so many things, not just for groovy. £11.99 is a perfect add-on, especially if you are flexifying the one-day special, because you are spreading as well the cost of these accessories kit. Now, you have got your color parchment. Now, this one you have got, you can see those beautiful 2 tones A5 parchment sheets. And you are getting, and you can see you are getting pinks, you are getting blues, you are getting the beautiful soft lilacs, you are getting the greens, so perfect for your florals. But also you are getting that groovy storage folder, so you can now keep them very safely and easily reachable. Remember that you have got a FlexiBuy option to interest-free payments of £28.49, or one-off payment if you would prefer that way, £56.98. And then if you are, maybe you are one of those ones that just tune in and you're thinking, well, I love the look of that, how do I do it? Well, the best starting point is going for one of the starter kits, and we have got the deluxe here. Now, this one you have got the PlateMate, which is, there are different ones, but this one is the original PlateMate, is the the larger one. And then you have got the squares, you have got an alphabet and 2 alphabets actually. You are getting also, which is phenomenal, those frames, those nesting squares that frame the image in there. Then you have got the landscape as well, so you can build those scenes, build those beautiful landscapes in there with the moon and the sun. And then finally, you are also getting these. You know, this is actually a PlateMate within a PlateMate, because you have got another border in here with the numbers, with the ordinals, as well as the pound signs, like kind of, because then you can do a tag. It's like something like that, priceless. That would be quite fun. And then you can, of course, with those tags and the ovals, you can spell, you can create any size, like any message, and you can put all these letters in within those ovals or tags. But also you are getting the tools, you are getting, look, you are getting the double-ended groovy tools, and you have got the finer ones to the bolder ones, and you are also even straight away a tumble dry sheet, which means that it kind of adds some lubrication to your parchment before you start embossing it, so it kind of, the tool glides in smoothly. And then you have got 20 sheets of the clear parchment in the A5 in size, and all of this, and of course you have got the 3. I mean, this is phenomenal, but like it keeps on going and on going and on going, because you're also getting a project book in here, and of course, and actually it's designed by Tina. So this is a really phenomenal bundle if you want to go. Now, you have got a FlexiBuy option, again, 2 interest-free payments of £27.50. 946594 is your item number. And we have got part 3 of the demonstration next.
Hi, welcome back. For the final part of this demo, we're going to create the panel behind so that our plaque can sit on there to create our card. So in the previous 2 demos I've shown you how to create the plaque using the dies and the groovy plate, and we built the flower and added some colour. So for the background, what I've done is I've taken a piece of the darker pink parchment, and I've taken one of the other plates that we've got on the show, the the corners and flourishes from tin. You've got the 2 plates together with an II book, and it's this little area I want just here. So what I'm going to do is position this so that it sits within that corner. I'm going to take my groovy tabs. There's just a couple of little tricks I wanted to show you on this. I'm going to take my tool, and then we're going to just trace out. So again, quick and easy to do. See, for me, the groovy system, if this was going to be sort of like a wedding invite or a party invite, it is so much more achievable now with the groovy system. I mean, I've been able to stage this up for the various stages for the demo quite quickly and easily. If I was doing it traditionally, well, yeah, we won't go down that road. I mean, it is a skill, but it is very time consuming to get that initial line art. And I think that's why groovy has proven to be so popular, because there's been a lot of traditional parchers that had to stop doing the tracing out because their hands weren't steady, it was just too much of an effort. So I've now got my 4th corner in place, and I want to add in these bars. So for that, I mean, there's several different groovy plates available, but I just went for my favourite one, which is the Pico squares. And then all I'm going to do is I line it up with that top row there, and then trace in the 2 lines. And what that does is it gives me my frame. So again, position that so it's lined up, and join up. So we've now created our frame. I think that looks really nice. I've already added some colour, the same as what we did with the other one, so I'll just put a little bit of colour in this one. So again, I'm using the Perga Colour Exclusives, and I'm going to put the green in first. Again, I could take the colour out, but I chose not to, because I didn't want to really detract from the front. So we just infill with this, just tiny little bits in those dots, nice and easy. And the bit in the middle, got the bit in the middle. So now I have my frame. I need to attach this to the card now. So I had options before I trimmed this to size. If the parchment was bigger, which it was, I could have wrapped it around the back of the card and stuck it that way. But I actually trimmed it to size because what I want to do is use brads to attach it. So I'm going to bring in my super foam and pico foam, my 1 needle bold tool. I'm going to line that up on there, and then I'm going to perforate, give it a little wiggle in the middle of that flower. I've got the brads on the show as well, so that is pushed in there. So that's now holding it, that's not going anywhere. So I can now continue and put the hole just in that one. Put my next brad in place. See, and it stops it moving around as well by using the foam. Make a hole there, and make a hole there. Push the little brads into place. It adds a little feature to the centre of the flower as well then. And pop that one in there, and then carefully lift it out of the foam. It's not going to move and slide around now because they're all in place. Then open those out. Split pins, brads, paper fasteners. Really quick and easy. And it adds that decorative finish to your piece as well. So now I've got one of our large 8x8 card blanks. We're just going to put some tape just on the back so we can pop that onto our card. So that I'm going to position about there. Okay. And there's one thing I've forgotten to do. I've just realised what I've forgotten to do. But I've also lost, there it is, my plaque. So then that will go onto there. A little bit of tape on the back. That goes there. Okay, see if you can spot the mistake. What have I forgotten to do? Let's have a look. Oops, that didn't stick. It's because I didn't press it down hard enough. Sticks now. Right, let's just pop that there. Let me turn it over. Rub from the back. Okay. Spot the mistake. Special occasion. What I did was I used the nested arch tag plate and took special occasion from there and popped it on there. Now I could, if I was quick, lift this off, undo the brads and pop that in and pop it back on. But just for ease, I'm not going to. So I hope you've enjoyed that and I'll see you again soon.
I love that, and of course we're using those dies, those groovy plates. You can create something like that, not just for cards, but embellishments into your gift, gift bags, your home decor. Something like, imagine having this at a wedding. You can do that because you have got the dies that will give you the perfect result, the perfect pick or cutting every single time, and all those beautiful flowers. And then of course the groovy transferring that white work, that those lines will be easily done as well. Look at how pretty you can become. You can make your projects, whether they are traditional parchment, whether you bring some color in there, whether you want something a little bit. Oh, I'm just knocking it all down the last second. That was close, wasn't it? Right, and you have this one. I love the fact that it's a slightly more modern, contemporary look. What about incorporating that kind of contemporary look, that kind of a little bit more funky, but also that traditional parchment? This is one of the things I love about groovy. The fact that you can mix it and match it with whatever style suits you. Now, of course, I will remind you to check out your baskets for the one-day special or any other items. And of course, after the break, Jo Channon is back. She's in the building and ready to go. And she's into, of course, Jo Channon is demonstrating Ridge, which is a brand new company, I believe. And then I'm back at 10 with White Gecko. And then at 11, Artisan Design, 12.
Hi, this is Els from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Elizabeth Craft Designs is a Colorado-based company. It's a family company, so husband, son, daughter all work in the company, and then a fantastic team of designers, because a company cannot exist without a great team around yourself. What we would like to share with you is my passion for crafts. We love all the concepts we have, so we have from cute till classic and beautiful designs. We love our journaling planner line, and we're going to bring you our ideas, our passion, and we hope to transfer that passion to you. So please join Elizabeth Craft Designs here at Hochanda.
Did you know you can continue watching Hochanda 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for free using your smart TV? It's just like watching us on your computer or tablet, only now we'll be on your large screen smart TV. Follow these easy steps to get your smart TV set up. Firstly, make sure your smart TV is connected to the internet, either through a wireless connection, if your TV supports it, or via the Ethernet port on the back of your TV. If you're not already connected, use your remote control and select network settings through your TV's menu and follow the instructions to set this up. Remember to have your router's password to hand, whether you're using a wired or wireless connection. This should be on the side or bottom of your router. You can always refer to your TV's help menu or instruction booklet for more information. Once you are set up, press the Smart Hub dedicated button on your remote. This will vary between brands, but it's usually located at the centre of the remote. This is where you'll find your internet web browser app. Select this to open and then type hochanda.com into the search bar, and this will take you to our website homepage, which includes our live broadcast and access to previous shows. So now you can watch, purchase and catch up with your favourite shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on your TV, whenever you feel crafty.
Hi, I'm Jenny Mays from Hobby Art. Hobby Art's a family-run company and we've been designing and manufacturing stamps for over 28 years now. We have an extensive range of clear and rubber stamps and we're proud that they're all manufactured in Britain. Whatever your style, there's always something that will interest you with Hobby Art stamps. Crafting is my passion and I love teaching. I love sharing my ideas with other people. This is why I enjoy being part of the Hochanda family, because I have the time to share my ideas, maybe open a door for somebody and give them the confidence to start stamping. So make sure you join me, Jenny Mays, on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Leslie from Chocolate Baroque and we design and manufacture our own rubber stamps right here in the northeast of England. We have a wonderful in-house designer called Sue who hand draws all the images which we then transfer into rubber stamps. We have very, very elaborate designs. We have everything from steampunk right through to beautiful florals, and then we have scenic and we have words. Our stamps are beautifully elaborate, very, very detailed, exquisitely etched, and the quality is next to none. So good that if you look after your stamps, we guarantee them for a lifetime. Whether it's stamping, mixed media, or art journaling, join us at Hochanda for our journey into everything creative and messy, and see what you can create with our stamps.
Hello, good morning. Now, this is super exciting because we've got a brand new brand, if that makes sense, on the show called Rich. And here to do the demonstrations and obviously talk us through the wonderful products is our lovely Jo. Hello, Jo.
Good morning.
Good morning, lovely.
How is everybody?
Good, bright and chirpy and everything, but very, very excited to see what these products do. But first off, can you tell us a bit about the company?
Yes, of course, yes. So basically, this is a company from Istanbul in Turkey, and hopefully we'll be able to visit soon. It's been established since 1996, and they are a family-run company with other lots and lots of employees. But basically, the whole idea is for focusing on home decor, and of course that then goes into mixed media. Their range is phenomenal. I could be here for the next year, every single show, and have something different. Cannot wait to show you all the loveliness that comes with Rich. Now, even though it's Turkey, it has been UK distributed by That's Crafty. So Laura and Graham have been working extremely hard to get this company over the last 2 years, would you believe, getting everything ready and sorted. So I do hope everybody's going to absolutely love it.
Now, we need to talk about, because we had an email already sent in about whether this is non-toxic. Take it away, Jo.
Yes, so all the products that we have on this show are all water soluble, they're non-toxic and environmentally friendly. They do really praise themselves on really focusing on the environmentally friendly aspect of it. If at any time when we do bring you any products, obviously there is solvent based or whatever, which is very, very few, we will obviously make a point of saying that. But today, absolutely nothing's all water based and all environmentally friendly.
Lovely stuff. And now, if there are any other questions, because like I said, it's a brand new brand, I can't say that, do email your questions to studio@hochanda.com, or you can pop a note on Facebook. Now, without further ado, let's start off with our first product. So we've got options of multi-purpose chalk paint, and then each option will come with your 2 sanding blocks and the wood wax. So how have you found working with these products, Jo?
Right, so I cannot praise this company enough, honestly, for the quality of the products. Now, chalk paint, this is something actually that's Crafty have struggled to get the finest chalk paint that they've been wanting. Now, so what we've got here is we've got the options, as you said, and I think the options have been put together extremely well. The other thing is, everything that I have done and the design team have only used one coat, one layer, unless they've done an effect where obviously another coat has been put on top, and then that's the effect that you're making. But that shows you the strength of the actual products as well. So please be aware that they do go an awful long way. Now, the wax that you're getting with every single option, now this is wood wax, it does go on other items as well, but basically what it is, it creates a resist. Now, you've got a frame behind you there.
Oh, the frame?
Beautiful. No, just in the front of you, just across. That's the one. Now, that's actually had the wood wax on it, and you can see it creates this beautiful resist.
Yeah.
So it gives you the opportunity to layer another colour underneath and then put another one on top, the wood wax in between, and it creates this lovely resist, so then you sand it back. The more you put on, the more that obviously the resist will be. And you can also see, if I could just bring the stool in, is that possible?
I don't know if we've got a close-up on it yet, but at least we can see it from that.
Okay. So you can see here, I've actually done this stool. There's various products on this stool, so we'll talk about it as we're going along. This was the darkest brown stool you ever did see.
Yeah.
It's got one coat of the linen on it, and it's got one coat of the, you're going to test me now. I'll tell you in a second which one it is.
Don't worry. Are you able to, we're on the overhead. Are you able
that's better. Thank you.
Yeah, and then
there we go.
Okay.
So you can see there, and this was the darkest brown stool you ever did see. Honestly, it was horrible. Oh, little side table it is. It's very heavy. It's solid wood.
Yeah.
Now you can see where I've actually done the resist technique, but only a slight onto the actual legs itself.
Yeah.
So you can see it does create that beautiful like antique and sort of a shabby chic type thing.
Definitely.
Now this is where you need to be looking at these products, not just for your hobbies and your arts, and your mixed medias, but also for your furniture. Honestly, it's just exceptional.
And then I've got some more samples of some. So although these look quite nice and light here, we've also got an option that's got a real pow to it in terms of our gorgeous paints there. So let's run through the options then. You have got, this is your sour cherry and Paris linen. I love those. Don't they go together well? Next option, this is your plum and autumn rose. Then the next option, paper bag and ergup. I've never heard of that word.
Yes, I think it's the Turkish colour.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the final option is Alicante and turquoise. And I think you've got a little colour chart there.
Yes, we have. So you can see here. This is a frame. Obviously, this is not this is just as an example. We thought it would be quite useful to put it on a wood frame to show you how fabulous it does look. And again, one very thin coat on here. So what we've got is, I'll go from here. This is the autumn rose, and that's the colour that I've used on the stool.
Brilliant stuff.
Okay, so I just need to that's I just need to tip it up, make sure I've got the right colour. Sour cherry. This is the There we go. I've got it written on the back. The plum.
Yeah.
We've got this one is the Paris linen. This one is paper bag. This one is the Alicante, and this is the ergot.
Right.
Okay, so you can see, although some of those, I did a little VT, I put it on my Facebook actually, showing a couple of things that we were going to be doing, and a couple of the pots do look extremely the same in the pots, but you can see they are very different when it comes to. So if anybody's got any questions about any of the colours, please do email in and say, can we just see that colour again? I'm not sure which to go for, and we'd be very happy to do that.
Wonderful. So each option will come with your wood wax and your 2 sanding blocks. Next up then, we've got some antiquing creams. We've got the black patina green and the brown.
Yes.
And you've done some samples for us here.
Right, so the antiquing cream, there's 2 that the brown and the black.
Yes.
And now I've also got this on here as well, so we can show you it on the frame.
Yeah.
So basically you can see the brown here. So it's a little bit, how I'm trying to explain it is, it's a little bit like a stain.
Yes.
Okay, so, but the more you put on, obviously, the darker it is. But also what you can do is you can actually paint it onto something and then, of course, wipe it back. And that's what I've done on the box that you've got there.
Which is
so that's the brown and then that's the black. So what it's doing is, it's actually, you will see this on so much of upcycled and repurposed furniture, that what they do is they do a chalk paint on the majority of the actual item, and then in certain areas, maybe around the handles or the modelling, the pieces, decoration, they will put the antiquing on. And what you've also got is you've got this fantastic product here, which is the
patina.
Yes.
In fact, that's the lovely little bottle that we just showed.
Yes. So, and that's got a texture to it, just a slight texture.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning, it really is. I've had a lot of comments about that, about different things that I've been using it on.
Marvellous.
So that's what that item is.
Good stuff. That's £14.97, 384055. Next then, we've got some chalk varnish and satin varnish.
Right, okay, so I haven't got that on here, but there's 2, the difference is on these 2. It's ultra matte. And I cannot stress enough how ultra matte it is. You basically, I have put it on the stool that you've seen, and you wouldn't know there was a varnish on there. It's that good.
Right.
1 coat and that's it. So basically it's to protect your furniture, to protect your projects. The other one, the semi-matte, is more of a satin finish, so it's not a gloss, but it does create a tiny bit more shine than what the ultra matte does.
Have I got the right samples here?
No.
Okay, fine.
No, but that's
Don't worry.
the concrete. I think you've got a little bit of the concrete
Ah,
on there.
lovely.
I think, yes.
We can probably...
You haven't got anything, you won't be able to see it. That's
see.
the problem.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I was
Yeah,
like,
you've actually got lots it's been used on, but you won't actually be able to see.
Okay, but maybe we can see it in action a bit later on.
Definitely you
Lovely.
can.
All right then, so details with the... Are we moving on to... excellent, right, your cement effect. And can I just say, I love these. I imagine how much you could sell these for. You see these in posh shops, don't you?
Yes, now Mark's made these actually.
Bless him.
Now what they are, they're little orbs.
Yeah.
Now they're quite small orbs because we had 1 pot of it and obviously wanted to make it go as far as we could. You would possibly make them a little bit taller, as in a little bit further up. Now basically these have been made from a balloon.
Yeah.
Like we said when we were chatting earlier, a little
Paper
bit like the
mache.
old-fashioned paper mache technique.
Yeah.
Where
Look at that
basically what you
texture.
do is you just paint it onto, you blow up a balloon the size that you want it to be.
Amazing.
And then you actually paint the product over the top of it.
Yeah.
Leave it to dry. We left it overnight. If you do it jagged at the top, it looks like Mark said, they look a little bit like dinosaur eggs, don't they?
They do, adorable.
And then afterwards, you can then paint them, and they've been painted with some of the chalk paint.
Indeed, they have.
Give a little bit of highlight with a little bit of mica, which does make it look lovely. And then inside, what Mark's done is use the foiling that's coming up to actually put inside. So of course, when you put a little tea light in, a battery light tea light, it will actually then bring like a luminaire type idea.
That's adorable. And also, I mean, you can do things like, I take it you've involved in maybe a bit of Powertex with it? Or is that just pure concrete?
No, actually, that is pure concrete.
Amazing.
With the Hessian.
Right.
That is pure concrete. But I have to say, we will be wanting to experiment with it. And Powertex together, I have to say. There's a lot of products on the counter that we do want to do some experimenting with.
Amazing. So those are your 2 sets of concrete to give you that effect for £9.99. That is a great price. 069835 is your item number. Then next up, you've got your crackle medium and crackle varnish. I love crackle.
Now, yes, it's fantastic. You get a very large pot, obviously, and you do only need a small amount. I can't tell you how far it goes. Obviously, the thicker you put it on, like any crackle, the bigger the cracks will be. If you want a very small, just an accent, obviously put it on quite thin. You leave it for a little while, dependent on the temperature of the room. Obviously, with the weather as it is at the moment, it will be like 10 minutes, if that.
10 minutes, if that.
It goes tacky, then you put your top layer on. It works incredibly well with the matte chalk paints.
Amazing. Right, so it's £10.49. Item number is 010022. Then next up then, we have got our Rusty Effect paste. Different colours here?
Oh, yes. Now, these are fabulous, and you can see with everybody, the design team, I've got to say, have done some super samples. You can see here, this is incredible texture. So what you've got here, you've got a mixture of different things. You've also got the birdhouse behind you.
Birdhouse.
I don't know whether you want to pick that up.
Yes.
That's got a couple of the colours that are exact colours of what you've got there. I have done a little bit of overbrushing with the blue on the back, but that's all it is. That's just a very affordable birdhouse from a very popular hardware store. It's super. Obviously, if you're putting it outside, you would need to just give it an outdoor coating of varnish, which of course wouldn't be a problem. But I would do more to that. But I thought it was a good example of how it went on. Use it with a brush, just brush it on. You actually don't use hardly any.
Right.
Okay, so I have got examples of it here on the frame. Okay. If you want to just have a little look at this, the colours here. So we've got that, lovely. So I'll just bring that into the middle there. So what we've got here is we've got the anthracite, we've got the fog, we've got the Egan blue, which is more like an Air Force blue, I think. Yeah, I think so. And we've got the caramel.
Right.
Okay, so you've got the 4 there. You can see, now we're just going to bring, whilst it's still in shot, I'm just going to bring this in, because this is just an old bottle. I think it's an old whiskey bottle, I think. And you can see that's been put on there. How tremendous. I'm going to continue with this in my second hour today and do some more onto that so you can see how amazing it is.
Great stuff.
Brilliant product.
So basically, some of those we went on to the vintage texture paste. So they're at the side of the screen, £9.99, and you're choosing the top 2 or the bottom 2. £9.99, 774 708, and then if you want the Rusty Effect, you get all 3, and they're £14.97, 476 430. So what have we got next? Some
right. So you've got some. It's basically it's foiling adhesive, but slightly different. So you've got one in the pot. You get both of these, don't you? So in the pot, it's more of a paste. So what you're going to do is you can actually brush it through a stencil or brush it onto an item that you want to put the foiling onto.
Yeah. Oops.
Or there should be. Is there a mirror around somewhere?
Is there? Oh, hang on. Yes.
Right. So the mirror is the example for the paste.
This one.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yes,
it's absolutely stunning. So you can see, that's one of the stencils in the show.
Yeah.
So you put the stencil down, and then you paste through like you would normally with any paste, because it's thick.
Yeah.
You would leave it for a little while for it to dry to a tacky consistency. Then you would put your flake on top.
Yeah.
Now we'll be demonstrating this afternoon at 2 o'clock. So if you have a little look at that,
yeah,
it's incredible. The dimension is amazing.
Cool.
So, and that's on a mirror. You can see there. It's just lovely. And on the frame, it's got the texture paste that we've just been talking about.
That's really
so
nice.
the other item on this particular item is it's more of a fluid,
right?
So basically you can put it in, it's more directional, and then you can put your flake onto the areas that you want it to
nice
go.
Nice.
You can also write with that one as well, the one, because it's got a very fine nib.
Oh, that's good. And again, that's only $9.99.
I know, it's the prices are incredible. Please don't think that these reflect the quality.
No.
Because I cannot stress enough how good they are.
So your item number here is 649816. Then the actual sheets, you get 25 in
each one.
Wow.
25 in each one. You've got your silver and your gold. So of course you can mix and match if you want that variegated feel to it.
Yeah.
Or you can of course use it on their own. So of course it's very, very popular to actually when you're doing say a piece of furniture.
Yeah.
For instance, if you want to add into some of the lovely beading you've got maybe on your furniture, or maybe just to emphasise a pattern, or again put some of the paste, the gilding paste on with a stencil. It's just amazing. Now they're good size well, you can see what you see at the front of the package is the size of the sheets.
Ooh,
and they're individually packaged in between like tissue, wax tissue paper, so they're very well to store.
Excellent. $11.99, 476 875, 24 pence per sheet is excellent. And then last but not least, let's quickly touch on these stencils because I know we want to crack on with the demos. So we've got options for you on the stencils. So this is your first option. There you go. That is the postmarks, and you've also got the mandala. There is also another mandala. Let's see if I can find it. It's behind here. Okay, right. We'll have a look at the website just so that it's clearer. But they are beautiful stencils, aren't they?
This is actually one of them. That's actually on the top of the stool.
Yes.
Yes, I'm also going to be using another one on this demonstration in this hour.
Excellent.
And obviously everything that you can see on the counter you can use, and of course everything that you've got at home as well. You know, do have a go with whatever you've got, your paste, anything. It's the size that they are, the A4, because they can be used obviously for the home decor.
Nice. Okay then, so have a look at the website and then you can show your lovely options. There we go. So we have got the patisserie, script, flourish, postmarks, mandala 2. That was the one that you saw. Then there's the borders, mandala, and also the cogs. Again, I'm going to stress, because this is a brand new fantastic brand today called Rich. If you want to ask any questions, then please feel free to send them through to studio@hochanda.com or via Facebook. Right, so the busiest item on the show is the cement set. Yes, because you can do so much with it. Lovely jubbly. Well, I think, are we ready to hand over to Jo? Marvellous. Let's go, Jo.
Fantastic. Right, okay, so what I am going to be doing in this hour is actually doing this project here. So it's got lots of product on it, and I thought it would be an ideal one to actually show you what to do. I've had such fun doing this, I really have, I love it. So we're going to start off with the base. Now, I was so looking forward to this show. We've been looking forward to it for so many months. And I was going to be going to the local junk shop and charity shops and getting this and that and the other. But of course, we've not been able to because of lockdown. So we've had to scrimp and look around to see what we've got at home. So anyway, I have found this old canvas that was used. I picked it up actually in a charity shop that had a printed picture on, so of course I've took that off. But what I wanted to do was I wanted a firmer base on it, so I've got some mount board, no sorry it's grey board, sorry, and cut it into pieces. You can see all sectioned off to make the 12 by 12 because what I wanted the effect of the the actual piece in together to give it, you know, that little bit more interest. So I'm going to take that away. So what we'll do is eventually we'll just stick that onto there. So we are going to, first of all, we're going to play with the chalk paints. Now at first it will not reflect anything like the finished item, because you will see the changes in the colours as we're adding different things on. Now the whole thing about mixed media obviously is the fact that we're layering. Oh, look at that colour. I just adore this colour. This one is the oh gosh, I think this is the Alicante, the chalk. Now you will see that the coverage is just exceptional. It really is. So I'm going to cover the whole piece with this, and
look at that coverage.
I know,
Jo.
it's amazing. It really, really is. Honestly, I've dipped it in. I didn't have a whole lot on my brush, and you can actually see how far this is actually going. It really is. Okay, it's tremendous. I cannot speak highly enough about these products. I have had the pleasure of meeting members of the company, of Rich, in Frankfurt over 2 years actually, this year and last year. And this is why it's been a little while in organising them trying to get over to the UK, because the first year that Laura discussed it with them, they weren't ready to distribute to the UK. They didn't want to overstretch themselves,
Yeah,
which I think is admirable.
Yeah.
They're all over the world now, basically. So you know how good this product is, because obviously, you know, that speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They very much look at from the view of home decor, furniture. Now, I would highly recommend that you pop onto Instagram and Facebook. They do have both, particularly Instagram. They show every day. They show some amazing pieces of furniture that have been repurposed, upcycled, and the magnificent changes. Oh, it's beautiful. And it's all to do with the product, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you cannot make, I think, what's the phrase, a silk purse out of a sow's ear?
I've never heard that, but I like it.
Have you not?
No.
Yeah. If you don't have the right products to convert it into a silk purse.
Yeah.
So it's like using an inferior fabric. You're not going to get the result out of make it into a beautiful gown if you have the fabric that isn't either suitable for the project or it really isn't very good quality. So oops, let me put that down. It's a bit wobbly. There we go. So it's the same with these. Do check that out though if you do have Instagram, because I can't recommend that highly enough.
Oh, Jo, good grief, I've got an update.
Oh, okay.
We have gone limited already with the cement paint.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's amazing. I'm thrilled, because honestly, it goes so far, and you get 2 pots. We did so much with 1 pot. So what you're going to do with 2 for that price?
I know.
Yeah.
And the effect that you can do with them,
yes.
I'm super surprised. It's super cool. Please be quick on this.
It is super cool, honestly. And of course, when you actually make your items, you can sell them.
Yes,
wonderful. So the Angel policy is open and full. You don't have any, you know, don't be frightened about whether you can or you can't. You can.
Good
There's
stuff.
no question. Okay, as long as it's finished product, obviously. You know, same story as we would normally do. Right. So this is the that's the Alicante, and that's
that one's the turquoise, actually.
Oh, I am sorry. I'm
That's
calling
all
it
right.
Alicante. Do you know why? Because I'm thinking, wouldn't it be
Blue
lovely
seas.
to be in Alicante
Yeah.
and being in those lovely blue,
I would have said
those
the same
blue
thing.
seas? And I'm ever so sorry, but
That's all
I'm
right.
just feeling the love for Alicante this morning. I don't ask me why, because there's no chance of going. But anyway, now, sorry, turquoise. It is turquoise.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alex.
That's all right.
Now,
No, don't worry.
the other thing now, what we're going to do is We're not going to cover it over, obviously, because it's just such an amazing colour.
So what's that you're using?
Right, so now, so every product that I'm going to use, when I've used it, I'm going to move it over to this side.
Okay.
So this is the vintage texture paste.
Lovely.
Now, these are actually really big pots. Now, this is the Aegean blue. Aegean blue? Yes. It's the one that we said looked a little bit like Air Force blue.
Oh, is it Aegean?
Aegean.
Is that
Is
it?
that? Yes.
I think so. And it comes with the
Aegean.
anthracite. Yeah.
Yes. Now, I cannot recommend these anymore. This is the anthracite, actually. Okay. I'm just going to bring in this bottle.
Yeah, lovely.
And what I've done here is I gave it a very, very slight, the tiniest coat, and then I've just emphasised it. And I haven't added anything else onto this. This is all in the pot.
Amazing.
This is what it is. There is nothing else apart from the anthracite on that bottle.
And it gives you that texture too.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've got this. You can see it. You can see the little tiny. Well, they're not. Some of them are bigger, obviously, because you can see from the example on the bottle.
So what is it like? Is it like a grain that's in
there?
I
mean, it's they're little tiny stones. Yeah, they're little tiny stones. In fact, you can see on the you can hear it as well, can't you? But so you can what it's doing also is it's not covering up the turquoise, obviously. It's just emphasising the turquoise underneath.
Yeah.
So it's very much, this whole project is all very much about layering, using different things. This would be one of my recommended purchases today, I have to say.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not going to waste it. Two little balls, they're running away. So
and again, a wonderful price. 150ml pots for £9.99. And as you said, this is very, very important. It doesn't mean that it's not quality. It's fabulous quality. You're just getting a great deal.
Yeah, exactly. It's everything that comes from them the prices are just incredible. They really are. So that's the vintage texture paste. So I'm going to pop that to one side because that's what I've used there.
You're being very organised, Jo.
I know. And what I'm trying to do is at the end then we can see what we've used.
Yeah, lovely.
See. So now what I want to do is I want to bring it just bring it back in places. Not that one. This one. I've got it out ready. Look. I don't know why I'm right. So. This is the chalk paint, and this is the Paris linen. Now, this is the one that we've used a tremendous amount because it's a really good one to actually mix with other colours as well. So if you want to mix, say for instance, you get in, this is the sour cherry. Yep. So of course this is really bright and really, like that one. Really vibrant, really lovely.
Yep.
So, but if you wanted to bring it down a little bit, the linen, the Paris linen would be the ideal one to actually go with.
So that's why they've put them together, I guess.
That's it, yeah. So I'm just going to... Now you'll see, this is not a true reflection of the Paris linen. If I put that onto white, obviously, you're looking at that sort of... we would maybe call it like maybe an ecru. Is that ecru colour? Yeah. But because it's going on to the blue, quite a strong colour underneath, it's taking on a little bit of the blue, which is lovely, really nice. So just add in a little bit here and there. There we go. There we are. So now let's have a look, see what we've got. Right, so we've got various areas going on. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go this way as well because it's quite interesting to go in a couple of different directions. So your eye is having a look round the piece rather than just going up and down. Does that make sense?
It does. I need to do an update. Oh, guess what's sold out? The cement. Hey, amazing. I mean, you'll be able to do something as cool as this with the cement and something as cool as this with the cement. So thank you very much for purchasing.
Yes, thank you everybody for supporting the show. It's I know when there's a new supplier, and if you haven't actually use the products, you don't know how good they are.
Yeah.
But I can promise you, you will be wanting more. You really, really will. Right, so now what we're going to, I'll put that to that side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some of the rusty effect in, and this is the patina green. Okay, now this is in the I think in the package with the cream, isn't it? With the
so it's, you get all three, yes.
You do.
For the rusty effect, you
That's
get the yellow,
right.
rusty brown, and the patina green.
Yes. So now what we're going to do, we're just going to add a little bit of this onto our, well, we'll call it our canvas. Now, you can hear this is a lot less textured than the texture, the vintage texture.
It looks really creamy,
but
in the pot.
it is still, yes, it's really creamy. Do you know it's got like a fine sand.
Ah.
Yeah. So talking about sand again.
Tell me about it, Jo.
Do you think it's the weather? Do you think it's the weather that's sort of all of a sudden it's like, oh.
Yeah, but also I think it's maybe sometimes when we're told we can't do something,
we want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't even have a holiday book, so I don't know why I'm thinking about it. But anyway. Right, so you can see how lovely that is. So
cool.
What we've got now is we've got that lovely, you can still see all of the colours.
And the layers.
Do you see what I mean?
All
but
about
we've
the
got that layering going on. Now, please be aware, obviously, as you well know, yes, I love my mixed media and I do love doing it and I've been doing it for a little while, but I am no expert at paint effects or anything like that. These have really proven to be so very, very easy to use.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were very, very simple. I would like to also point out, didn't mention it before, but on the back, obviously, it does give you the Turkish. So if you do, you can read too. That's absolutely wonderful. But it also gives you the English versions as well. So you know. But any questions at all, you would only need to ask anyway. So it's not not something you would need to worry unduly about. Now. Sorry.
I was just going to say it's worth reiterating for anybody who's just tuned in about the whole non-toxic, water-based thing.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it's very important. Now, this is a really, really interesting product. Now, we get this in the brown and we get it in the black.
Yeah.
And, so this is the antique cream.
Lovely, thank you.
So there is quite a distinct difference, although it doesn't look like it's much of a difference in the pots, but obviously, you know, the black is quite much darker than the brown. Now, the thing is with this, it's a little bit like, we were saying, it's a little bit like, what did we call it earlier on? I can't remember now.
Stain?
Stain, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, stain. Whereas, you know, if you put it on a piece of furniture, you could actually quite easily really, really bring it right down to its the slightest bit that you want to go onto the area. Now the other thing is, because of course it is a water-based product, you can decant some and water it down if you wish. This is really the ideal way of doing it, as in application, taking it from the pot, but if you wanted to, you could. Now what you will get is it gives you that like a transparent sort of effect to it.
I can see that, yeah.
You're still seeing all those amazing layers, and you can see how very, very little I am actually putting on. And again, going in different directions, because I just think that's quite fun. So we're doing that. The other thing is you can apply it with a sponge,
right,
and you can apply it with a brush. You can also, if you wanted to, sponge it or daub it through your stencils as well, which is a really lovely idea, because it gives you that quite a vintagey feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is definitely something, if you like your vintage, this is definitely something that would really appeal to you.
I just love that you can see the colours underneath.
Yes, it's fabulous, isn't it?
Because you would just think it would cover it all up.
Yes, for the depth and everything that's on it. You would think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Right, so happy with that. Quite like that actually, the way that's come out. So we'll put a little tiny bit more into the corners to get a little bit more brown.
Another update is that nearly a third of the antiquing creams have gone. They're on screen for you, $14.97, and you're getting the black, patina, green and the brown, $384,055.
So I honestly, when you get this home, and the size of the pot, so you've got 150 ml, but what I mean is the actual quantity that you're getting, it's going to last you so long.
Yeah.
And the affordability. There are some very similar products that are specifically for furniture restoration,
right?
And that you can purchase, and you would be paying more on the lines of £20 a pot for the official antiquing cream that you would use on actually recycling furniture.
Whereas here you've got it for just shy of £5.
I know, it's just incredible, isn't it? It really is. Now we've got the vintage texture now, and this is the anthracite that you saw on the bottle.
Lovely.
Now I'm just going to add a little bit of, let me put that's it, put that one on that side so we know what we've got for our shopping list. Right, so this is, like I say, what we've got in the bottle, and I want to just add a little bit here and there, and I'm just going in with the ends, just on the end of my brush.
Yeah.
Again, brushes just ordinary, nothing special. You know, just see what you've got, even just going into the shed and having a little look round in there.
So what does the vintage anthracite come with?
The vintage anthracite...
I'll go and have a look. Oh, in fact, here it comes. Oh, I think it's called if we're pronouncing it correctly, the Aegean blue. I think.
The Aegean blue?
Yeah.
What I would say is an equivalent to, so it's this one.
Right.
So you get that one and that one together.
They look great.
And then you get that one and that one. And they've been put together because, of course, these are more of a cold colour.
Yeah.
And these, of course, you've got the warm in the brown.
Excellent.
So if it was me, and I'm not just, promise you I'm not just saying it because you know me better than that, I would have all four for that price. It's just tremendous. It really is.
Of the
tremendous.
Of the Aegean and anthracite option, nearly half the stock has gone. And just as Joe said, $9.99 is cracking value, so it's
tremendous.
It's £5 a pot. 774708.
Well, I'm going to show you this pot. I have used this on, I would say, about 3 or 4 different projects, and they're not small.
Oh, no.
You know, covering that bottle was not small, and I've hardly used. I can say I've maybe not even used a good quarter. So. It's a very, very interesting product, it really is.
Yeah.
It's not something that I've come across as yet, and that's unusual for me because you know what I'm like. Right, so we've got that one then, so I'm going to pop that to one side. I'm just going to have to give this a very quick blast, if that's okay. So did you want to do a little
Indeed, I'll do a little recap.
Bless you. It won't take many minutes.
That's all right. Okay. I'll tell you what, we can have a little look at these wonderful chalk paints. Now, they come in options, but each option will always come with the 2 sanding blocks and also the wood wax. There you go. So I can show you some samples if you like. Let's have a look. So you can see there's some on... Oh, hang on, sorry. Oh, okay, let's have a look at these options then. Right, this one is the sour cherry and the Paris linen. Again, it comes with the sanding blocks, 2 of them, and the wood wax. Then you've got plum and autumn rose. This one is the paper bag and ergot. I love saying that. And then the Alicante and the turquoise. But yeah, it's